Alrighty, hello. All-Star Tower Defense is back. Peak is back. Created May 6th of 2020. All-Star Tower Defense has now revamped into ASTDX, All-Star Tower Defense X. This has been I believe, a jumble of a bunch of devs from like AA, ASTD, AV, ALS, all the like big hit anime tower defense games, I believe, have come together to create All-Star Tower Defense X. What you're going to want to do is, if you played the original All-Star Tower Defense, is you're going to want to press play. What this is going to do is it's going to send you into the actual game of ASTDX, and you're going to get a bunch of cosmetic rewards for just being able to play. And depending on when you did play, you might get certain rewards, like if you played in 2021 or if you played in 2020. Oh, it actually sent me... Well, I guess if you already did it and you press play again, it'll send you into normal ASTD, but it will ask you if you want to teleport to the new game. I'm level 169. Damn, that bitch was a level 200. Damn, that bitch is 500. Never mind, I'm not good at this game. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and teleport to the new game. And this is ASTDX. Welcome, basically. Basically, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get sent in. You're gonna get a couple of new units like Goku, Ichigo, whatever you need. And there's also gonna be a couple codes which I will be sending in the description and the comments. You can go ahead and click on the Twitter bird in the bottom left, and you enter your codes. You'll get quite a bit of stuff, but if you were to come from the original ASTD, we are going to get is a couple items, like the Ichigo Galaxy, Naruto Galaxy, the Evil Cloud, which is from ASTD 2020, and then the Manga Cloud, which is from 2021, which is why I said it kind of depends on when you did play. And you're going to continue to get Goku Galaxy and Mysterious X Galaxy. And for a couple of the codes, you are going to need to level up. Like for this Cloud Summon, I believe you need around level 10 in order to use it, and a couple other ones that you're going to need level 3. I will also be putting the requirements of what you need. It definitely gives you, or at least me, a lot of like nostalgic ASTD vibes, like very old back then. But basically, what you're going to want to do is, once you put in all your codes, you're going to want to go into summon, or you can click it. Animations are fire, by the way. There is a difference between 3-star, which is the yellows, 4-star, which is the reds, and 5 stars, which is the like the rainbow. Almost every unit is going to have different synergies. And what I mean by that is, basically, if you have Naruto on the same team as Sasuke, they might get buffed, they might get fused into a new character. Like I said, some units have the chance to actually have a follow-up attack, or a team-up attack is what I should say rather. So for Naruto, if you are to have him and you head on over to, I think this is just regular play, but if you go ahead and talk to Naruto, you can ask him, do you have any team-up attacks? Yeah, I've got one with Sasuke's around. You'll see some cool combos if we're both on the battlefield. I hope I get to see that. You can say whatever you need to. And yeah, some units, if you talk to them, you can verify if they do have a team-up attack. So for Naruto, it's Sasuke. For Luffy, it's Zoro. And if Zoro gets a 5-star, Mihawk will also be able to synergize with him as well. So every unit that you pull is going to have some stats just assigned to them. So, you know, this guy, he has SS plus in damage. The max you're going to get is SSS, I believe. And the lowest you can get, I think, is like C. You can also go into your unit collection, which, if you have any new units, for example, like these Luffy, Zoro, Nami, all that stuff, if you just recently summoned them, you can go ahead and press claim rewards, which is very nice. That's actually going to give me enough to do a 10 spin if you're in this game. And if you go into the Grand Elder, this is basically your stat reroll guy. So when you talk to him, you can stat reroll. You can go ahead and click to your units. You know, if you, I don't like these stats, let me re-roll them. But if you really like that SSS plus, for example, or that stat that's in damage, you can go ahead and click this like pink box. That's going to lock it. You're going to need some of these locked boxes though in order to do that, and you can obviously just press reroll, and these will change these two here. Have this like 3 dots, which you can go ahead and either lock them, which, you know, this unit only has a lock, but they might have that third ability or third option here to go into their stat tree, which there are a couple videos on already, but you basically are going to have 3 paths of damage, speed, or range, and you can see what you're going to get from them, and it's pretty interesting. One side is obviously just going to make you attack faster, one side's going to make you deal more damage, and one side's going to just give you more range. It honestly just depends on the unit. For example, Erwin, he doesn't really need SPA, he doesn't really need attack, so the things you should be going for is more so for the range, because the more range he has, the more people he can buff. Which, by the way, in this game you can also stack up the buffs, so you can infinite buff as well. Going on a little bit, if you go ahead and go into your bottom left, you're going to have this person with a ring around it. This is going to be yourself. You're going to go ahead and open up your own profile, which you can all edit in the top right with the pencil. We're going to want to do, it's up to you. You can edit your avatar, your outline, your background, whatever you want to do. You can confirm it. You can edit your birthday if you want to. I don't have one. And go ahead and follow my Twitch. Thank you. Shameless plug. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Please. I need to feed my children tonight. Thank you. Anyways, if you're going to go ahead and I believe you can upload your own asset ID to this, which I am going to be trying to put my own banner on later there. You can also edit your signature, like whatever you need to write on there, like hello or luciferbread, twitch.tv/luciferbread. You can also go ahead and go into your achievements, which if you have any titles or if you've done anything cool, you can go ahead and grab them. So an innovator, you completed all chapters of Innovation Island, you can equip that. Oh, now my title is an innovator. However, if once again you played in the early days of All-Star, you can go ahead and equip that. Before we head on into playing, if you already were level 10, you can go ahead and click on this cloud summon and equip that, but if you don't, you obviously are going to have the default one, which I am actually going to show you. Of course, when you go ahead and select any of the story modes, you can obviously find a team to do it with if you don't have any friends to complete this with. If you don't, it's completely fine. This is definitely soloable, and I will be showing you that by going and selecting, just these guys. You can definitely solo it, and at the beginning, if you don't have any of the summoning mount things, what you can do is your default. You just throw a shuriken like it's a fucking Pokeball. Naruto, go! Now I don't have money. I also turned off my my VFX. Naruto, I choose you. Type shit. And I just went back for a little bit, and this is basically what the upgraded one, the level 10 code looks like. It's just place him down, he comes in on a Nimbus cloud, he jumps off. It's actually really cool. I really enjoy this game's animations. It's definitely something that I have never seen before in any other games, unless of course I am missing something. So once again, comes flying in on a Nimbus cloud and he drops down. Pretty cool. I enjoy it. You see, as I said earlier, these two, if they're placed together, have a team up attack. So team activates the team up between Naruto and Sasuke at the cost of both units, which I'm going to try that out. And now they have become one unit of Naruto and Sasuke. This is only with the 3 stars, but if you are to have the 4 stars with you, once again they will also do that, but just better. And like normal tower defenses, you can just press your upgrades. You can have an auto skip inside of here. The settings is very helpful. So if you have this off, for example, and you place this guy, which is a heal unit, if you press sell, it's going to give you confirmation, which is actually pretty cool. But yes, the animations are very cool. If you are to try and summon one of your units, you can go ahead and throw them down like a shuriken. Like I said, I choose you type shit. And it's honestly very fun. I don't think I've seen any other tower defense game that does that. In my opinion, it's gas. Anyways, another big thing that original All-Star had was the speed up effect, which sped up your game. I don't think any of the other games have. I think AV might. I could be wrong. But of course, if you wanted to, you could also buy extra speed, which there's the game pass for, and then the match only, which is 30 Robux, and I believe 800 or 900 Robux. A little bit pricey, but yes. You can go ahead, do whatever you need. These 3 stars aren't really going to be changing their moves, if any, but the 4 stars definitely will. As the arcs go on, you are going to go ahead and see some sort of like power-ups for the enemies, like powerful 1 and powerful 2 and so on. What those guys need is, you can read it at the top or whatever it says, but you're going to need to upgrade it to 1 or 2 to their respective thing if it calls for that. So for a powerful 1 would need a unit that's upgraded to at least 1 to hit it. If it's not, then it won't. But yes, it's very self-explanatory. And moving on to map info. Map info is very helpful because you can see the element that they have, which is, for this case, blue. And in here is just a type chart, basically. It's just like its Pokemon, it's whatever, you know? So, ice is strong against fire, or blue is strong against red. I don't know why. Red is strong against orange. Orange is strong against purple. Purple is strong against green, and green is strong against blue. So, what you should be using is green, because green goes into the blue. You see how it has that little pocket? That means that it's stronger. And if you go to any of your units and you hover over what they say, oh, this guy's purple. He has an increase in damage against green because it goes into that, but it has a decrease in damage against orange because orange goes into that instead. It's quite literally like the Pokemon, games. It's not all that different, and it's not too confusing, but it definitely does help when you get to the ascension stages or different missions. Skipping forward a bit, this guy's a little bit weird. Alright, don't bother resisting. You gotta change that, man. That's kind of sus. Alright, now that the boss has come over, you can see the boss is incoming. He has 24 bars of HP, but it's actually just a 6,800 HP. It's not 6,800 times 25, don't get that messed up. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and if this is your first time completing this mission, you are going to get around 60 gems, I believe. Your units are going to level up. You can go ahead and press your next arc. This will take you to any of your next arcs, including to the next worlds. That's something that AV lacked in, where if you press next arc on the last mission, you would go into infinite mode, which was a little bit iffy. But yeah, you can go ahead and infinitely play. And now, speaking of challenges, which I was talking about earlier, you can go ahead into the challenges. Level 20 is recommended, but honestly, you're not going to actually need to be level 20 because some of these, you know, you get random units, and you can also just play with other people. You know, if you have this daily challenge, of course, you are going to have to beat that map that is being shown. And, you know, when you confirm, oh, sorry, that one, it counts, I guess. But once you press confirm, you know, you can find a team to do it with. But yeah, once you're finished all of your stuff, you know, you can go summon, you can go ascend and feed. That's about it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I need to feed my kids. Once again, there are the codes in the description, and if I missed anything, please let me know. Cheers.